I have today removed the cockpit sole. There it is, in about 3 pieces, because it was in 3 pieces anyway. It was cut into 3 pieces. I had the boat surveyed. The surveyor found a patch of rot in the cockpit sole, probably about that long, on one edge, and I knew when he found it that it would be much bigger than that, and that's just the bit of rot that's appeared at the surface. Get my acoustic screwdriver. So on this side of the cockpit then you can see that that's all fairly solid there. It's wet, but it's not soft, it's not rotten. On this side you can see, and I'm not sure what this original wood is here, maybe it's teak, I don't know, something expensive that I probably can't get here, well certainly can't get and certainly couldn't afford. It's all right up to here. This is where the small area of rot in the sole was, and you can see that it's just as rotten as a pear through there, look. And the soft bits go up to about there. I've done that little scratch, come back to about here, I've done that. Also the shelf that the cockpit sole was on, this is sound here, but the bit that I've just taken out of it that goes right back to the back of the cockpit sole is this bit. This is directly under where the little patch of rot was, and you can see that it's just it's as rotten as a pear, and it feels slimy and sticky. It's sponge, you know, it's just rotted. So what I'm going to do, I think, these are my initial thoughts. The line of the cockpit sole is about, that's where the support goes, about there. So what I think I'm going to do is cut the rotten section out and scarf in a bit of marine ply with some backing pieces behind it. So it'll certainly be strong. The issue is that I want to make it obviously look as close to original as possible. Now, I can't afford to buy teak, if that's what this is. And a piece of Roquetta would be a little bit too dark, it wouldn't quite match, but I don't know, I think I'll find a bit of marine ply, I'll scarf it in and fair it in beautifully and try and make it as seamless as possible. And whilst it won't be obvious, you know, anybody that looks, you know, a surveyor will know there's been a repair there, but it'll be a good repair. You know, generally they don't have an issue if it's not. If it's a sound repair, it's not going to be an issue, but it's about keeping the boat as close to original as possible. So I've got to scarf a patch in here. I've got to put on a new shelf, whatever it's called, for the cockpit sole. And then it will be a simple matter of cutting out a piece of marine ply and slotting it in there in 1 piece this time and not 3, because that's why it's rotted through there. There was a seam across the cockpit there. The edges had all been, this has been epoxied at some point, or fiberglass of some sort, maybe polyester, I don't know. But the seam hadn't, it had just been filled with filler. Of course you walk on a cockpit, so it's going to move if there's a seam in it, and that seam has wept. Now for some reason I'm lucky in that this side has not rotted. It's sound, it's dark, you know, it's gone off colour and it's wet, but it hasn't yet gone, you know. But this one has, so that's where we are. I think I'm going to mark this now and just cut out the section of rot, see what's behind there, and then sheet marine ply and some epoxy and filler, and I should be good to go. I'll try and repair it. Dark. Boat maintenance. It's not art, it's war. Alright. I've just cut out the rotten bit there. That's like a non-structural bulkhead. There's a bit of rot in the end of it, but the rest of it's sound. I'm not even going to bother with that, I'm just going to leave it. What I've tried to do is cut that out. I've just run the saw down there because it won't make any difference at all. This bit of marine ply is sound. Happy news in that the cockpit sides are made out of marine ply. Look at that. Which, as you can clearly see inside and out, has rotted through. I've tried to get this out in 1 piece so that I can use it for a pattern, which might save me a bit of work later on down the line. So I'll clean that up with some sandpaper. Got to go and get a sheet of marine ply then, haven't I?